Call the meeting to order. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Jack will not be here this evening. Acceptance of the October 4/19 minutes, Selectmen's minutes.
Move we accept those.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
Abstain.
And abstained. 3-0-1. 3-0-1. Okay. Acceptance of the agenda.
I have an 11th hour item to talk about the 2016 COPS grant. If the chief makes it back, he's on a case right now. If he doesn't, we'll have to kick that down the road.
Move we approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
Discussion.
Assuming we need executive session, right?
You're going to go with 7A, right? That's staying on?
Yes.
Okay. All in favor? Opposed? 4-0. Open to the public. Yes, Bud.
I am Bud Rivers, the EMA Director, and I would like to invite you all to an EOC exercise on May 24th at 1800 hours next door in the Public Safety Building. It's a part of a county-wide exercise on summer storms to exercise, and I'm trying to get the entire EOC staff in there and make this a full-blown EOC exercise.
May 24th? What
May
time?
24th, Tuesday night, 1800, next door. If you come early, I'm going to provide food.
Like how early? Like 5 o'clock or 1700?
5:30.
So 1730?
17:30.
Right.
17:30. So I'll be setting up over there early, and I'll have food for, we can be munching while we're practicing. The exercise will run from 6 to 8.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Old business, a request for the funding on the Port Summit from TIF.
The planning for the Port Summit is moving forward very well. The committee's met several times, and we are requesting an allocation of up to $2,000 to put on the summit and the event. We have no seed money to start out with, and where it's an economic development related issue, we'd like to see it from our TIF funds.
TIF. From the TIF account?
TIF account.
Any questions?
I'll move that for 2,000 up to 2,000 from the TIF account to fund the summit.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor? 4-0. Planning board appointments.
Of course, this has been on your agenda for a few meetings. You'll need to appoint someone to the remaining term for Mark Bradstreet's resignation. That term actually ends in 2017. Tom Gosey, an alternate to the committee, has indicated that he is interested and to move into that post. And I guess that's as far as we'll go. That's the first appointment. Then you'll have to do an appointment to his slot, but I'll take a break and let you, if you want to move that.
I'll move that we appoint Tom Gosey to fill Mark Bradstreet's term that ends in 2017 on the planning board.
I will second that motion.
Any discussion?
Any thoughts on the public at all? Or?
No comments from anyone?
I have a pending application from the planning board, so I'll be abstaining from both votes.
Okay. Okay, no further discussion? All in favor of Tom Gosey?
Abstain.
3-0-1. 3-0-1, Tom Gosey.
And of course, the second half of that is the fact that Tom, being an alternate, now moving into the full position, leaves an alternate position on the board. Tom was just appointed, so we need to appoint someone to fill now his empty post, which actually would be a 5-year post. So the interested candidates for Tom's post are Laura Donnelly, who happens to be here tonight, Harlan McLaughlin, Norman Otis, and Chris Colby.
So you confirmed that he was interested?
No, I just have to go by what's on paper.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Would you run those names past us again?
Doesn't matter.
Laura Donnelly, Harlan McLaughlin, Norman Otis, and Chris Colby.
Thank you.
You don't have a memo.
I don't have
You don't have one of these?
Didn't get that.
Probably still in your box
Oh,
here.
sorry. I didn't, I checked it this morning. but
It's
I didn't
James' fault.
check it.
It's
Okay.
James.
Yeah,
I didn't
so
check
it was
this
my
afternoon.
fault.
Any comments?
I'll make a motion.
Want to make a motion?
I'll nominate Laura Donnelly to fill,
The alternate post.
The
is
alternate.
that filling Tom Gosse's,
Alternate.
to fill Tom Gosse's alternate post 5 years
Correct.
on the planning board?
Second on it? I will second it. Any further nominations? Any discussion?
I'll have to abstain once more.
Okay. I know she has served in this position in the past, right?
Correct.
You've been to school for this too, right? Took
Yes.
classes. Okay. No further discussion? All in favor?
Abstain.
Abstain. Congratulations.
Thank you. Have a good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
New business, Waldo Cap, board appointments.
The Waldo Community Action Partners asks towns in the different regions of the county to nominate people from the public sector to represent the communities, and they ask that our Board of Selectmen nominate the folks for them. We, a number of years ago, had put on Sandra Otis Anderson, and she's been serving in that capacity, and she has reaffirmed that she would like to continue for another 3-year term, and they're asking if we would do that. Waldo Cap is asking, so it'll take an actual vote of the board to
It's technically a nomination. They do the appointment, right?
they do the appointment. We're doing the nomination.
We nominate them. So I move that we nominate Sandra Otis Anderson
I'll second that.
as a member from, represent Searsport to that board.
Any discussion? I know she's active.
Yeah, she's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, she's been doing a good job. No further discussion? All in favor? You're in on this one, right, Aaron? 4-0?
4-0.
Okay. Waldo County Mutual Aid Compact.
I copied this to you a week ago or so and did mention it in the workshop. The new Waldo County Mutual Aid Compact is complete. The EMA director for Waldo County is asking that we review it, and if it meets our approval, to approve it.
Don't think I've seen it yet, is it not? Is it that much different than last year, or do we need to
Well,
take
Bud
some?
happens to be here, and I know he's been in discussions at Waldo County EMA. I don't think there was any substantive changes. It was just, it's an annual
I thought
approval.
we had done that earlier.
No, we did it a year ago,
Okay, sorry.
so this is just an annual
Last year we
update.
did, okay.
You've read it, Bud? You've gone over it?
Don't know whether I have or not. I don't remember it now. to tell you the truth.
I didn't notice
Been a while.
any significant changes.
Any discussion?
There's no motion yet. if everyone's comfortable, I can go forward, but I don't see any reason not to table either if someone wants to just take a moment to read it.
And is this clear? No one's seen any changes?
I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, if everyone's okay, I'll move that we sign the mutual aid compact. Want to sign this one here?
Both.
Oh, you sign both?
Yeah.
So I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? 4-0.
Sign both copies. How many of these warrants we have to sign? We have to sign like several of those, right?
These are fun. And I didn't do them all. I just did the ones that we needed for posting.
That's fine. I'll take up the RSU now. Or?
Okay, 8C, RSU 20, warrant, action. They come up with figures.
Yeah, to move forward with the RSU 20 budget, they have to have a warrant posted, and it's kind of a formality. You're calling the vote, but you do need an affirmative motion to sign the warrant and post.
I'll move we execute and post the warrant.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor? 4-0.
So we're looking at, just so people know, May 24th, is that? No. The budget meeting's on the 24th,
Right,
right? At the school.
correct.
And when is the actual election day?
The warrant is actually the front page, and it calls for the meeting. I believe on that day you affirm it in the public meeting, and if it passes in the public meeting, I believe they're done.
Public meetings where they can put more in or take them out.
Takes them out or approve or disapprove.
So we're gonna do a separate warrant for the actual, secret ballot?
If it's needed.
Okay. All right.
So
May
it's
not
approved
be.
at the,
Is this a new process? 'Cause I always remember there was one
Nope,
in
this is the
July.
process.
so it's approved at, the public meeting, then there's no, written ballot, right?
I believe so, correct.
How many are you signing there, Aaron?
I'll sign them all.
All of them? How many?
I don't know, I've lost count at 10.
Yeah.
It's like 4. So
All right, you wanna,
I'll just get it down to you. We can move on. We can do the 11th hour and move on.
The chief is not here, so we'll take that up in another meeting.
thought somebody was working. All right, we'll go to correspondence.
A number of things in correspondence this week. The first is an invitation to the Maine Tourism Association, their 95th annual meeting and awards will be held at the Cross Insurance Center in Bangor, May 13th, if you're interested. Plymouth Engineering has sent a letter along. They will be working with Maine Materials LLC, and they're bringing in some test shipments, and the DEP will be monitoring lights and noise probably next week. The next item is from the Maine Department of Economic and Community Development. This is our actual approval for our tax increment financing update that was finally approved after about 3 years of work on it. And this is the document proving it was done. Next item is from the Maine Community Foundation. It's a letter about the Jenny Olive Lawrence and Charles Gordon Fund, what we refer to as the Jenny Lawrence Fund. And it's recapping how much is in the balance and wanting to know if we wanted to make some sort of donation to the Good Shepherd Food Bank or anything like that. I have talked to her. We've talked about this once before, and I think we're going to move forward the way we've been using it. But if you want to put it on the warrant or on the agenda later, we can do that. And the last item is the Department of Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry, and they're just looking for some input and feedback. They are potentially going to put out a small competitive grant program designed for submerged lands and updates to facilities, and they want to know if that would be something we'd be interested in applying for. And I will fill that out and send it back tomorrow saying yes.
In reading this tonight, the thought that I had was our boat ramp.
Absolutely.
We'd
Absolutely.
have to match 25%, but they won't lay $15,000 down or anywhere near that.
That's what we're interested in.
Yeah.
That's it.
Treasurer's warrants.
I'll move you approve that pending our signatures.
Second. Discussion. All in favor? Town managers report.
In the Public Works Department, Bob and the crew have been working on replacing culverts and ditching roads that will be paved this year. They have started to clean up the cemeteries well ahead of Memorial Day. In wastewater, the crew is doing well. They have no information to relay at this time. In the library, the staff is doing well. The modifications to the alarm system are complete. I've spoken with Norm Otis, who has the contract for painting and repairs of the eaves, and he has scheduled us in. The back steps are currently closed off and need to be replaced. Bob and I spoke today, and they're interested in taking it on as a public works project, and it looks like we won't have to put it out to bid. The ambulance responded to 38 calls for service in April. The crew did 5 interfacility transfers and made two paramedic intercepts. Adrian reports that they have responded to 219 calls for service so far this year, which is 40 more calls than last year at this time. Both ambulances are running good, and Adrian is working with the hospital on consolidated purchasing. This will save a considerable amount of money if we can work out the details. The fire department responded to 14 calls for service and issued 42 burn permits in April. Chief Webster reports that there's no equipment or vehicle problems in April. In code enforcement, Randy continues to work with applicants for building permits and with new and old complaints that have come in. He has received a letter from the Maine DEP, and they will be monitoring industrial operations in May for compliance. He has sent out approximately 8 notices to landowners on violations of the abandoned building ordinance and warned several owners of dangerous situations. He's had very good response to the notice, and several plans have been submitted, and he will follow up. The police department responded to 199 calls for service during the month. The chief attended the Maine Chiefs of Police Association meeting, and all vehicles are running good. The windmill projects have started up again and will be leaving our port 24 hours a day. Recreation continues to look for help for Fling into Fall, and we have noticed in the town office a real bump in vehicle registrations, which brings about a bump in revenue because of new car sales. In committees, the Maritime Heritage Committee met and is now working on an event brochure. That's all I have.
Let me approve the town manager's report.
Second? Second. Oh, I'll second it.
Okay.
Discussion. All in favor?
I have a question on the, were they able to get that eave on the public safety building, has that been taken care of?
Not yet. I'm still seeking some additional bids.
I see.
A little bit more of it has come off.
So was that a piece of it that
That's a
was
piece
laying
in
out
the
in
back,
front of
so
the town
maybe
hall?
demolition won't be such a big deal.
Okay.
We'll be on it.
Selectmen's report. Aaron, you got anything?
Other than just our thoughts and prayers are with Jack, and hope he feels better soon.
I will second that, that's all I have.
Okay.
I will third it.
I'll fourth it. I spoke to him this evening and feeling much better than he did a couple of days ago. Open to the public. Second, open to the public. You all set, bud? Okay. We got an executive session?
Yes.
Oh, you know, I forgot to finish my, my selectmen's report. Let me stick a couple of things in here. One thing anyhow. Fireworks. I've sent out a mailing this week. I put it in Radio Searsport week before, but we are locked in. We're going hopefully with a barge, and there'll be a different fireworks than what they've seen in the past. And speaking to Carrie, we've got a band lined up. This gives us the ability to do things down the side of the park. We've got a band lined up, some vendors, and I don't know what else will happen between now and the 4th of July. But we need support. We need some extra dollars for this because we're going with a bigger show, and we do have a barge involved that's going to cost us. So, you see them cans in the stores or something, or if you'd like to make a donation, give the town hall a call. They'll tell you how to do it. And I was over to the county with the commissioners a couple of days ago. Not necessarily looking for the commissioners. I was looking for the county fire chief. I wanted to talk to him about some issues that are bothering me. But anyhow, I got into a discussion with the commissioners, and there's a new company that's moved into Belfast. It's called On Process. They started hiring, and they've been getting, well, county commissioners have pretty much made their wishes known that they'd like to see them hire some Waldo County people and put them to work. So this is the first hiring. The first 103 employees that they hired, 89 of them reside in Waldo County. I'm not going to go through every town, but Belfast has the most employees in there with 29, and Searsport is second with 15 people from Searsport have been hired in there. It's rather interesting how they go through things.
And what type of business are they in?
I can't really tell you without reading the whole thing, but I scanned over the information that was given to me. Like the average age of the employees is 33. The gender, there was 64 female, 39 males. Number of veterans, there were 8 veterans. The average hourly pay is stated here. I'm not gonna say that. And they're 40-hour-a-week jobs with about 105 hours worth of training per employee. So it's a good thing for Waldo County. It's a good thing, and that was hiring number 1, so there'll be more following that. And that's all I have. So we will go. We do have executive session.
Yeah, I have one additional thing to add. Certainly the board is invited not next Tuesday, Tuesday, May 17th, which is a scheduled meeting for us. The Katahdin Area Council Boy Scouts of America will be honoring our own Wayne Hamilton with the 2016 annual Waldo Boy Scout District Golden Eagle Dinner and Award. It shoots off at 6 p.m. and dinner at 6:45. No tickets required of us. Anyone on the board willing or able to go. I know it's a meeting night. I've got to attend that, at least a part of that meeting. And I know Deb has to be there too, because they've actually purchased the table. So I don't know if the board wants to. We usually don't move meetings, But I might make a light agenda for us, because Wayne personally asked me to be there, so I really need to go.
Okay, what time is it again?
6 o'clock is when they kick things off. 6:45 is when the program actually starts.
And it's at the,
The Hutchinson Center.
oh, the Hutchinson Center.
Yeah.
Okay,
And you do have a workshop next Tuesday.
yeah,
Yes, thank you for that.
okay. Hopefully we'll get back to you. What's the cutoff time on this?
They're really under a crunch to let them know as quick as possible when they can. They're trying to put a head count together. It's been a
We
pretty
have
good-
to change the meeting though.
Pretty good
right?
response. If the board wanted to attend, you'd have to be changing this meeting. It was actually the people reach in by electronic means. The chief of police is going to that as well.
So would we want the meeting later the same evening or postpone it to another night?
We could push it back, or we could pull it forward, or we could make it another night. It's the board's
I think
meeting.
we should go.
This is a workshop, our meeting
No, it's a regular meeting on the 17th.
on the 17th.
I think it's important that we go.
I do too. Yeah.
I think it's a light agenda.
Yeah, at this point, you're accomplishing all the work at this point that needs to be done. I'm sure there's going to be there'll be another warrant, and there'll be some additional stuff that comes along, but where we do have a workshop in between, usually when that happens, we don't make decisions or anything in a workshop, but we do some of the discussion. So I think the agenda could be extremely light.
Well, I don't think we can vote during the selectmen's report to cancel the meeting, but I think the chair can determine that there's nothing of real importance and recommend we skip the meeting.
I'll pass that on to Jack.
I think that's the way to do it, so I think Jack would,
I would second that thought.
after taking a look at the agenda after the workshop, make sure there's no emergency.
Correct.
Then
Makes sense.
I think that's the correct way to go about it. I don't think we can vote on
So
it.
the feeling with us right here is we're leaning towards.
Yeah, if it's the right agenda, and Jack's the chair, he thinks it's, yeah. We're not gonna have a quorum?
I'll get a hold of him tomorrow morning.
Who's going?
I'm going.
Yeah. So
And that is at 6 or 6:30?
I'll copy it for your book. It starts at 6.
6.
Hey, is this a black tie event or
No,
dungarees are okay?
You don't have any black ties, something in that.
it's a Walter County event. If anything goes.
That says it all.
But they want to know right away, right?
They're trying to get a head count together. They actually put some pressure on me today to make sure I was going to be there.
We can't vote on it, but I think we can
I
say
think we all
that
know what's happening.
I'm going.
Yeah, I'll go.
And there is an extra Tuesday. Well, not an extra Tuesday, but if there is work to come up between, we could meet on the 24th.
Why don't you discuss it with Jack when you can, and if you
Yep.
can't, then with Dick as vice chair.
Okay.
Executive session?
You guys,
Well, they could.
24th is gonna mess up the county's EOC exercise if you do that.
I don't like meetings,
What
so.
time is the EOC?
6
You
o'clock.
don't need to reschedule. Oh, county meeting.
Bud, you're prepared to handle the mess ups, right?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do is exercise the town manager and my elected officials in carrying out their duties in an emergency.
We're untrainable.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get
You're
it.
go-
We'll get it done. Okay.
I'm still relatively young, so you can train me.
We're gonna go into executive session.
Yeah, I'll move that we exit regular session into executive session in accordance with 1 MRSA 456F, confidential records to discuss general assistance and poverty abatement.
Looks like looks like 7:29 from here.
Yeah.
8:02.
I'll move we exit executive session at that time.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor? 4-0. All right,
Let me just make one motion for all three of them.
yeah.
Okay.
Go
So,
ahead.
as to PA 1601, I move that we abate 2010, 11, 12, and 13. And PA 1602, that we abate 2012 and 2013. And PA 1603, that we abate 2013 and 2014.
Everybody satisfied with that?
Second?
Second.
Any discussion on it? All in favor? Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second. Sorry, I was looking at the clock.
All,
No objection.